Hey guys, this is Mr. H. Hey, I wanted to go over the mini lesson that we had today for Friday, September 27th. And basically, what I wanted the students to see is that a lot of them are getting much better at solving equations using boxes and circles or whatever method they choose. But they seem like they are not sure about inequality. So what I wanted to do is I want to show you the difference between equations and inequalities. Excuse me. It's not, there's not much difference at all. So I want to show you that. So the very first equation is 4x plus 2 equals x minus 4. So first thing we're going to box this up, 4x plus 2, 1x minus 4. Boxes go with boxes, circles go with circles. Cross the line, change the sign. So this is going to become minus 1x. This plus 2 is going to become a minus 2. And then you combine the boxes. So 4 minus 1 is going to be 3x. And then a negative 4 minus 2 is going to be a negative 6. Last step. um, last step is you divide by whatever the coefficient is. So this is 3. This is 3. So we have 1x equals a negative 2. Now, if we were going to graph this on the number line, and I have a number line down at the bottom because I want you to see this, you would go down to a negative 2 and you would draw a closed circle. And there's no arrow, there's no nothing, because that means that the equation has one solution, and that solution is a negative 2, right? So that is how you would do that one. Right, so now I'm going to do the second one, which is an inequality. So it says 4x plus 2 is less than x minus 4. So basically, the equation and the inequality are almost identical. The only difference is one has an equal sign, the other one has an inequality. But algebraically, you're going to do the exact same thing. Now I'm going to use blue for this one. This would be 4x plus 2, 1x minus 4. Circles go with circles. Change the sign when you cross the line. So that'll be minus 2. This is going to become a minus 1x because I crossed the line. Right? So now, same thing like we did before. This is going to be 3x, and this is going to be a negative 6. So all we're going to do is divide by the coefficient. So it's going to be 1x, and this is going to be a negative 2. Now, since we did not divide by a negative, we can leave the inequality the way that it was. So this is going to be 1x minus 2. Now, if I am going to plot this, let me kind of clean this up a little bit. The first thing I would do is I would go to a negative 2, but because it doesn't have an equal sign, it's going to be an open circle. Now, because it says anything for x that's less than a negative 2, that means everything over here to the left is going to be your answer. Everything. Anything to the left of a negative 2 is going to be your answer. Now, if you're not sure about which way you should go when you're graphing, what I like to tell my students is just put a little line in there and see what happens. That's telling you which way you should be going. You're going to go to the left. So that's your answer. Now, my question is, how many solutions does this inequality have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It has an infinite number because this is going out to a negative infinity. So there are an infinite number of solutions for the inequality. There was only one solution for the equation. And that's one of the biggest differences. Algebraically, we didn't do anything differently, but the meaning is different. The equation has one solution, and the inequality has an infinite number of solutions. All right, so now, but so far, there is no difference algebraically from what you do for the equation and the inequality. So now I'm going to do one more example. So let me turn the page over. And so here's the second one. Now, I'm going to do the same thing, box it up, circle it up on both sides. So this is a negative 2x, this is plus 2, this is a positive 4x, this is minus 10. Circles are going to go with circles, so this is going to become a minus 2. And then the 4x is going to get moved over here, it's going to become a minus 4x. Now we're just going to add the boxes together. So this is going to be a -2 plus a -4, -6x, or you could just say a -2 minus 4, same thing, right? So it's a -6x. And then over here, it's going to be a -10 plus a -2, which is a -12, or you could say a -10 minus 2. The only thing you can't do is you can't say minus negative. You could say a -2, you could say plus a negative, or you could say minus, but you can't say minus negative. That's the only thing you can't do. So just be careful. Now, last step, divide by the coefficient. The coefficient is -6. So you divide both sides, so it's going to be 1x equals a +2. So if I were plotting that, I would go to a +2 and I would put a circle there. And there's no arrows because this one has one solution. The equation has one solution. Boom, done. Now, I'm going to do the bottom. And now I need you to pay attention because this is the only thing that's going to change between solving equations and solving inequalities. So do the same thing. Let me go here, make this blue. This is going to be a -2x goes in the x box, plus 2 goes in the circle, +4x goes in the x box, -10 goes in the circle. Now, same thing as we did before. Circles go with circles, cross the line, change the sign. So this is a plus, it becomes a -2. This +4x gets moved over here, it becomes a -4x. So we got -2 minus 4. That's going to be a -6x. And then over here is going to be a -10 minus 2. That's going to be a -12. Now, last step, always divide by a -6. Divide both sides by a -6. Now I'm going to stop for pause. This is the only time you're going to do something different algebraically. Whenever you divide by a negative number, you flip the inequality. So this is going to be 1x, and this is going to be a +2. Now, this was less than or equal to, but now that we have divided by a -6, we're going to have to flip it, and now it becomes greater than or equal to. So our solution is 1x is greater than or equal to a +2. Now, and if I wanted to do this, I'm going to make this blue. I would go to a +2, and just like we did before, if you're not sure which way it goes, it's going to go to the right. So we're going to just take our line and it's going to go to a positive infinity. All right, that's it. So this one has one solution. This one has infinite solutions. And the only thing that's different about solving equations and inequalities is this right here. If you divide by a negative, if you divide both sides by a negative, then you have to flip the inequality. The inequality gets flipped. Other than that, solving equations and solving inequalities are identical. They're identical. Solving them algebraically is identical. All right. Now, I wanted to put this out there. I wanted to do these examples because a lot of students, they get intimidated by inequalities. They don't know which way to go. They don't think they know what to do, but it's basically just the same as how you solve equations. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this and I'm going to post it. And if you have any questions, let me know.